Nice Work is a 1988 novel by English author David Lodge. It is the third installment in Lodge's campus trilogy, following Changing Places, 1975, and Small World, an academic romance, 1984. The novel offers a sharp commentary on the social and economic climate of England during the Thatcher era, particularly examining how corporatization and market-driven philosophies reshaped both industry and academia. Its characters often feel uncertain about their social roles, at times subtly resisting the very institutions that define them. Lodge explores themes such as identity, feminist theory, capitalism, and marriage, drawing in part on his own brief experience shadowing a friend who worked as an engineer in a large company. The novel received several literary honors and was shortlisted for the Booker Prize. The story opens in the fictional English city of Rummidge. Robyn Penrose is a temporary lecturer at the local university, specializing in women writers and the industrial novel, a largely outdated genre whose conventions the text wittily parodies. Her superior, Professor Philip Swallow, head of the English department, is preparing to assume the position of Dean of Arts and asks Robyn to take over his teaching. Her routine academic duties take an unexpected turn when she is assigned to observe operations at a nearby factory under Rummidge's industry year shadow scheme. The factory, J. Pringle's Sons Casting General Engineering, is run by Vic Wilcox. Robyn shadows Vic for several months, and through a series of episodic scenes, the novel reveals their contrasting personal and professional lives. Vic's household includes his wife Marjorie, his father, and their children. Tension defines his marriage, largely because of his deep preoccupation with work. Robyn, by contrast, is somewhat distant from her own family, but maintains a steady relationship with her boyfriend Charles, a fellow literature scholar. After her placement ends, Vic in turn shadows Robyn at the university, and their opposing industrial and academic perspectives come into direct conflict. During this period, Morris Zapp, a colleague of Swallow's from the American University Euphoric State, loosely modeled on University of California, Berkeley, arrives in Britain for a conference. An outspoken and liberal academic, Zapp shows interest in Robyn's research and encourages her to consider a faculty position at Euphoric State. In truth, he hopes to intensify competition for the post, knowing his ex-wife is also seeking it. Nevertheless, Robyn seriously contemplates the offer, aware that financial support for the humanities in Britain is steadily declining and may threaten her position at Rummidge. At nearly the same time, Vic's company undergoes a merger that renders his role redundant. Fortune intervenes when Robyn inherits $300,000 from a deceased Australian relative. Taking a bold step, she invests the money in Vic's proposed business venture. By the novel's conclusion, Vic and Marjorie reconcile, and Robyn withdraws her application to Euphoric State, choosing to remain a temporary lecturer at Rummidge. She hopes eventually to secure a permanent position without starting over abroad. Despite the stark differences between its central figures, Nice Work ultimately suggests that the worlds of academia and industry, rather than standing in opposition, can productively sustain one another. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.